Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell Hodson. The Centerville Arts Commission is getting ready for Art at the Trace, which is, of course, their signature event. Here to tell us more, we have the featured artist, Kathy Gross, and also Kathy Jablinski, who is not only a member of the Arts Commission, but also co-chair of the event. And ladies, thank you both for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
It's pretty amazing when we talk about this is the 13th annual Art at the Trace. But in those 13 years, Kathy, really, this has become the February event to go to.
It is, yes, and there's not a lot of events in February, so it's a great night out for couples and just anybody. It's just a fun time out.
Group of friends.
Get out,
it's just
this time of year with the weather being the way it is. So yeah, we always have a great turnout.
Great turnout, a lot of fun, and we always say it's a great mix of food, artwork. You can have some appetizers, music. Just really, it's the whole package there at Yankee Trace.
Just a fun night out, Yankee Trace for sure. Yeah.
And for those of you who are interested in knowing about the date, it is on Saturday, February 24th, and we mentioned it. It is at the golf club at Yankee Trace, which is at 10,000 Yankee Street. The event starts at 6:30,
right,
and it goes until 9.
Yes,
but you don't have to be there right at 6:30, though a lot of folks like to be there.
A lot of folks come actually a little bit earlier than that. We open the doors at 6:30, so yes. And you can purchase tickets ahead of time for a discounted price of $15. You can get them at the city building, or you can get them at Yankee Trace in the golf clubhouse or golf store.
At the golf shop you can go. So either way, if you want to buy them in advance, $15. If not, you can buy them at the door for $20.
Yes, you can. Right? Yes. So.
And you have how many? 18 featured artists?
We have 18 featured artists, and almost every one of the artists donates a door prize, so we'll have wonderful door prizes. And then, of course, Kathy's going to donate one of her pieces of art, so she's our featured artist.
So, so Kathy, you are congratulations, you're the featured artist this year.
Thank you.
So that's really quite an honor, isn't it?
Yes, I thought it was. I've kind of watched other artists fill that role, and it was just nice to be asked to do that.
So as featured artist, you will have a display area where people, all artists have display area, we should say.
Yes.
So everybody has an exhibit area.
Right.
But you've also donated, which I'll show, and but how appropriate since the event is at Yankee Trace.
Right.
This lovely framed print, because you are an artist who draws, right?
Yes, I do pen and ink drawings, mostly architectural, but my question in saying, well, what shall I draw for this event? I started off, first of all, with the 50th anniversary idea, and I thought, well, maybe I need to do something municipal or whatever, but I kept coming back to the thing about the event is the location and the facility, and that's such a beautiful building that I thought, okay, let's do the clubhouse.
It's lovely.
It's a beautiful print, yes.
So everyone who attends has an opportunity to win this. Correct. Because you enter into a drawing as you...
You do, yes.
Okay.
When you come in and check in, you get your tickets and everything there, your raffle tickets.
And so so all the artists will probably have donated something.
Yes, and we typically about at 8:30 we start doing the drawings for the raffle prizes.
And you must be present to win.
You must be present to win.
So you need to stick around.
Yes.
Here you can see some photos, and really, these drawings move really quickly.
They do, yes.
As you go through the event, but everyone will have an opportunity to win a great piece of artwork, and of course the grand prize will be Kathy's drawing of Yankee Trace.
Right.
So Kathy, you told us a little bit about, you said you did primarily architectural buildings, but give us some of your background, because before we started the program, you told us you're originally from England.
Yes, I grew up in England, and from when I was a little child, what I always did was take a pen and pencil with me and paper, and I was always drawing. And so that was always a hobby of mine. But when I went through the educational system there, art was not emphasized if you could do academics. So I was discouraged from pursuing art as a career.
Because you can't be smart and talented, is that?
I suppose. But I went through the course that most people do, with a university education. I went back and got a master's, and then I was here and met my husband in England, but he was from Dayton, so we went back and forth for a while, but we settled here. And it wasn't until I started volunteering. I had a couple of kids at home, so I wasn't working out of the home. And I was volunteering in a school, and they needed to come up with a special gift for kind of a patron that we had. And somebody said, well, draw her house. And so...
Oh my gosh, and you had not drawn anything like that professionally? Or,
no.
Oh my goodness.
Pen and ink was only one of other things that I like to do, like oils and watercolors. But I ended up doing the drawing, and she liked it. And she put it up in her home, and pretty soon she was calling me.
Your business was
a
born.
friend of mine, sort
Right,
of.
word of mouth is kind of one of the best
so
ways.
it kind of snowballed.
Yeah.
Snowballed.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
awesome.
And you have really gone around the Centerville area. I know you've done quite a
Yes.
bit of our buildings.
Yes, I do. I have done some work for the city of Centerville, and they've made prints and used it for different functions. And I've drawn a lot of the houses in Centerville. There's a lot of architectural variety.
And so we'll take a look here. So
Yeah. And so also I have participated and met a lot of my customers at Centerville events such as Americana and Arts.
Art at the Trace, this
Yeah.
actual event.
Yes.
Right.
So for something like that we're seeing here, time-wise, Kathy, for you, do you, well, to start with, do you work from a photo, or how do you start working?
Well, this is an award that the Centerville group gives out each year for preservation of local
Right.
architecture. And so they warn me that the order is coming, but then they have to go through this decision process. So I'm ready, have it on the calendar, and I go take photographs when they let me know what the winning subject is. And then I just kind of look at it with my artist's eye. They don't give me too many guidelines, they just say you do what you think is best. So I do the drawing, they produce the certificate, and I frame it.
Well, I was going to pull this out for Yankee Trace, because when you do something like this, do you start with the building? Do you start with the trees? Do you start in the middle and start making sketching, or where do you start?
Well, what's most important is the lines of the building, because if you don't get the perspective right, it's going to look off. You can't work, if you've got a wrong line in there or a wrong angle, you can't ever kind of get rid of the feeling that it doesn't look right. So I work primarily, first of all, on the building, and the rest is kind of filling in to make it a nice composition.
It looks like it would take a lot of time.
Yeah,
though,
I was
too,
going to
with
ask,
a lot of detail
when you look
with
at your
it.
time, how much time is involved in this sketch that you'll be
Yeah.
donating?
Well, it would probably take me 3 or 4 or 5 8-hour days, but I don't work 8-hour days. I kind of have several things going at once, and you work on one for a while and then you switch, so you get a little change in perspective.
gives
So
you
a
a
lot
little
of
bit
your
of break,
time and
but-
the value of this,
Yeah.
I know, is very high. It's
Yeah.
beautifully framed as well.
Yeah.
Right, and it's one of those things where most people are artists because they love art, not because they're going to get rich from it. So I don't pay too much attention to the time.
But getting a few bucks to help with the supplies
it's
and a little
Yeah.
bit of your time is not bad
Right.
either.
Yeah, it's
There's
been a
definitely a lot of
nice,
detail
I
in
mean,
this, yeah.
I was doing this full time for, this be my 21st or 22nd year. So I've done a lot of drawings over those years, and it's just provided a nice supplemental income for me.
Oh, well, it's lovely work. So again, the event is on Saturday, February 24th. It starts at 6:30. It's at the Golf Club at Yankee Trace. You can pick up tickets in advance by going to the Centerville Municipal offices, which are at 100 West Spring Valley Road. Or you can go to the Golf Club at Yankee Trace. The golf shop has tickets also for $15. You can also purchase tickets day of the event, which would be $20. But we will say, Kathy, this is a very popular event and
It
can
is,
potentially
yes.
sell out.
It can sell out. We have entertainment. Darren Bow's going to be there again this year. We do appetizers and desserts. There's a cash bar. It's just people walk around to the different booths. They can purchase, most of the vendors, artists there.
Yeah, and
have
when we
their
talk
stuff
about
for
the
sale.
variety, I mean, there's artwork,
variety,
but
yes.
there's also jewelry.
Jewelry, art, photos, yeah, just a whole bunch of different
And really,
mediums.
whatever your taste is, you're going to find
Right,
probably
you
something
are.
there, because these have all are artists that you all have worked
Right.
with in the past, or who
Some
have
some are
submitted.
some are artists have participated in the past, and others are artists that this will be their first time.
Okay.
As we typically like to
Mix it up a little bit, right?
a little bit, have some from previous, but also try to open up, because usually, we only take about 18 to 20 artists, so it's not like everybody can get in every year.
Yes.
So we look back and see who's been, who hasn't, and that's what Arts Commission does too. We look at the artists too, and we have to decide who gets to be in it, not either. So, but anyway, yes, it's a great mix of different mediums, different artists, and a lot of fun. So.
And that's the bottom line. It is a terrifically fun event. You get to talk to the artists. It's so you can actually talk to Kathy and ask her where your inspiration came from and how much time you put in this, and that gives you a great way to connect with some of your customers as well.
I meet new people every time, and I also see people that come back to see, well, what's new. And I think what people really like is that mix where there's certain people they think they can find there, but there'll always be something new.
Right. And we have our regulars that come every year too. They're usually the ones that are ready to go at 6 o'clock. So.
Oh, you're regular patrons who like
yes,
to come.
we have, right, that's what I meant. We have regular patrons that like to come.
Who have been here this will be their 13th time to come and enjoy all the artwork.
Yes.
And the food is so good.
Yeah,
We get there early.
Yankee Trace does a great job, yes. And there are people that we come and say, this is our first time, what a great event, and they have a great time too.
Sign me up for next year. Right?
Yeah.
So Kathy, you mentioned the Arts Commission. We should let people know that it is an all-volunteer board.
It is.
And you all work very hard, not only on Art at the Trace, but the summer concert series. You've got the art gallery at the police department.
Yes.
And you're also looking for members as well, right?
Yes. So if you live in Centerville and you want to be on the Arts Commission, you just have to go to the Centerville website and fill out an application. Go through the process.
There's a picture from last year. Good, hardworking group. This is certainly, as we said, not only is it the art gallery, this event, summer concert series, and then also for our 50th, you've got some special stuff.
Yes, we're going to do
planned,
a city 50th photo contest coming up, that'll be on display at the art gallery in the police station in October. So we're looking forward to that too. So it's kind of working with the city with the 50th
and you also helped us
theme.
judge the middle school art contest,
at
which
our
will kick off here in March.
Actually, at our last meeting, we did that. We judged for the middle school, and that one is going to be displayed in March at the gallery at the police station.
And when we're talking about Centerville's 50th, Centerville was founded in 1796. However, we reached enough electors in 1968 to become a city, to be incorporated as a city. So that is why throughout Centerville, you're seeing banners and signage and celebrations, and so we're going to be celebrating all year until December 2nd, which is the actual anniversary date of the city. And we're glad that the Arts Commission is joining us with all of these celebrations.
Well,
that'll be
happy to help. We're
very
excited
nice.
too. Yes.
And we talked about the police department art gallery, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
And those exhibits change monthly.
They do. And some of the artists will have a reception, and that'll be available on, I think, the city's website, and then some don't, but usually they come in and they set their art up for the month of whatever month.
And Kathy, you were just featured, right?
Yes.
Yes, it was part of the arrangements that you display art for months before, January, before this event in February. But it's a wonderful space. It's just perfect. There's so much light and space, and
that area was designed specifically to be an art gallery in the police department, which is unusual.
Right. Yes, but it's beautiful space. Yeah.
And it was a very nice show, I'm sure. So if people are interested, you had mentioned an Arts Commission membership, you want to get on our website, which is centervilleohio.gov. You can go to opportunities for volunteers and download an application, or you can always call the city, 433-7151, and we'd be glad to get an application to you. But again, the 13th annual Art at the Trace.
Right, 6:30 to 9. Tickets, buy your tickets now. Save for $5. Get them in advance. Or hopefully we won't, or you can still take the chance of getting them at the door. But like I said, we do typically sell out, so it's probably makes more sense to get them in advance if you can.
And as you're coming in, everyone who enters is eligible for a prize, and we're talking about at least 15 pieces of artwork will be usually raffled or somewhere around that, and everything from jewelry to framed artwork to
pottery, ceramics,
all
oil painting, photos,
All right, thank you, ladies.
Thanks
for watching.